Hello, Gorringes are on view, this time for our sale on the 11th of November. So what have we got in the sale for you? Well, the speciality this week is going to be toys, dolls, teddy bears, and James has been really busy hauling together lots of railway related items. He's got trains that sit on a track like that, these great big whopping great carriages and things. On top of that, and that's all out in the main room on view, but on top of that we've got the more sort of individual items behind the scenes here. Things like this lovely old, probably Hornby, tin plate Duke of York locomotive. Clockwork, you can see the great big spring under there. Would have had a tender at one time, I suspect. It comes with a few railway staff. There's the guard, and we've got a lady waiting, holding her umbrella, and I imagine he's the fat controller, the station master. So yeah, a few little figures in with there that can also be quite unusual. That's lot 2076. Looks like it's had a bit of a train crash, this one, but there's another lot of similar ilk, 2074. Smaller locomotives than the other one, would have been more common probably, and therefore would be less.
What age are we talking?
I guess we're talking here around about 1920
Really?
to 1930, that sort of date. Oh. This one is stamped made in Germany, suggesting certainly after 1910. Mm-hmm. Other toys, there's a fairly high rolling bear sitting here looking rather poorly, but again, he's well over 100 years old. He's Steiff. He's in at £500 to £800 estimate. That's 2134. He's sitting next to a doll in a box beside him, 2133. We've got some bright red monkey and matching bear. These are often Shuko. Oh, his head does come off. It is meant to. You laugh. He's got a scent bottle inside him. Then carrying on down, there's bears getting up to all sorts of hijinks. Lot 2130. He's got a clockwork scooter, which is kind of fun, in with a group of other bear friends. And then another clockwork piece, but tinplate this time. This is G.I. Joe carrying his canine pups in the cases. Great so fun. Dare we wind it up? Well, there we go. His spring's a little weak, and I don't want to overwind him, but it looks like he's pretty well ready to go travelling off with his dog companions. So really good mixture of toys. Good lot of silver under the counter as well. Picked out a few bits for you to give due consideration to. Let's start with 1849. Just a nice stylish pair of spill vases or specimen vases. That sort of Art Nouveau touch to them. They're just nicely made, and they're not going to be huge money, but pleasing things. 1849. 1827. We see the little chick pin cushions regularly and pepperettes, but these are menu holders. Set of 4 of those, nicely made, of good weight. That's 1827.
Oh, nice Christmas presents.
Lovely Christmas presents. And Christmas, of course, dare I say it, is starting to loom.
It is.
1863, we have this continental bowl that's been imported and has the import marks. I don't know if you can see it there, the little mark to the right, there's the makers, and then that mark is the import mark showing it's been imported. I suspect from Germany.
Their expressions are fantastic.
Their expressions are great. So we've got these rather muscular mermaids holding up the bowl, and then a nice shipping frieze running around it. It has sort of reasonable substance, so quite a little bit different. 1874, here's a little collectibles lot. Nathaniel Mills is a good maker of often novelty type silver. This is a card case from about 1850-60, engraved with a heron as far as I can see. Just cleanly made, fair condition, with its slightly tatty leather case. In the same lot you get some more Nathaniel Mills, so you get another card case that once belonged to Eliza. And this is visiting cards. So visiting cards were fairly chunky, sort of a little bit bigger than our current credit cards are. So there's another one. And then with it, a Nathaniel Mills piece, again with this classic sort of foliate scroll work. But this one is a little notebook with an ivorine sheet, and again by Nathaniel Mills. So that was lot 1874. So there's a little selection from a very wide arrangement of silver on offer. We'll go and poke around amongst the smalls. So dolls in the sale as well, as you have seen, some of them not looking too happy about the whole situation. And I don't know quite what to say about
Poor
certain
Barbie.
drivers, but Barbie's not looked after her Jaguar very well. But there we are with its original box. So carrying on, what else have I got to share with you? There's quite a good lot of Chinese and Asian works in here. Dan will have vetted them, so but I think it's getting close to the overlap with the Asian sale, which is 12th of November, the day after this sale, which is why there's more Asian in it than usual, such as this rather nice soapstone figure, 1366, the priestess holding a Jui scepter. We sell those from time to time, Jui scepters, often made in jade. So quite a pleasing figure, that 1366. For some reason, there's a lot of Zolnay in the sale. That is traditional Zolnay Hungarian wares. That is also fairly traditional Zolnay Hungarian wares. So yes, and then I've also noticed a few rather smart sort of cabinet plates, many with crested decoration. Seems to have been the theme of the collection. So one can often, with a bit of research, find out which family or organisation commissioned these plates to be made. Yeah, that's a classic apple green. That's a mixed lot there. You've got 4 or 5 in the lot. In fact, it looks like you've got the Swan service. So yes, so here we go. This, to the face of it, is a Meissen Swan service plate. The Swan service made for Catherine the Great, one of the most famous services ever made. But we flip it open and it says reproduction of the unique Meissen Swan service. But still, so that's why it's in with the other plates. But still, it's a nice thing, and a genuine Swan service plate is going to be very, very expensive. More Zolnay, big Zolnay there.
Lovely, isn't it?
We've got some military figures as well, a number of sort of porcelain, mostly continental figures of soldiers, hussars and the like, all rather fun and in varying qualities. Marshall's Ney is not looking too happy there, and in fact Napoleon looks positively downcast, so clearly not a good day on the battlefield for them. Let's find something that isn't porcelain. 1349, great fun. Look at that, looks like our dog Mocha, who runs around the cell room at times smoking a cigar, with a smoking cap, of course, which has fallen astray at some point, but that would sit on top. So it's a tobacco box, probably Black Forest. Lovely glass inset eyes, clearly a bit battered, but a nice thing nevertheless. In pictures, let's not forget those. We've been looking at things beautifully done, but unfortunately with various cracks and creases and breaks. These 1687 Chinese pith paper paintings, or sometimes called rice paper paintings, typically came in albums of a dozen or so, and then got framed up when they came back to the West. But they're very delicate, so they easily break, and more often they are broken than not. Sitting next to it, a pair of coloured dry point etchings by Elise Ash Lord, all with this kind of Orientalist flavour, and reasonably collectible. I'm not talking hundreds, but we are talking a few hundred quite often. Down below, some unframed lots, well worth looking at. Lots of unframed lots here. This is Whiteley's Tea Rooms by Ernest Burrough Johnson. 2 other drawings of views of Hyde Park in the lot. Sitting next to it, let's go to New York. James McBay, nice dry point etching. East River Sunset, New York. There's the sun setting there. We've got some maps. We'll float round the corner and skip over some of these things that probably aren't in the sale, but carry on down the line. Mixed lot of glassware showing there, not so much glass as usual this week, but a few key things. There's a nice Auriforche bowl there.
That's pretty.
With its box, lot 1310. Here's a classic. These are sort of one of these things that crop up quite regularly, and these used to make good money in the old days. 1332, good colour, Victorian. Are we marked? We're not marked, which is not uncommon. Hand painted with garden flowers, and every piece will have a different flower. So you've seen the rose, there's the columbine. We've got a good number, we've got a dozen dessert plates, all in porcelain. And so these were really fashionable. You'd buy them, stick them on your Victorian chiffonier, and your friends and guests would come around and admire your marvellous taste. Fallen from grace quite a lot, as have so many Victorian things, but you know, there's still a place for them. Decorators do still go for them, because in this era of mix and match, they sort of break things up and make a change from the ordinary. And we have plenty of a change from the ordinary here. 1307, nice Dalton Lambeth oil lamp with birds to opposing each other in panels. Maybe one of the Barlows. We may, sometimes with these ones, because they're mounted, you can't see the artist monograms as to who actually did them, but they're often signed in the paint, so to speak, in the style. One can tell that they've come from being by a particular hand. So you drift by a variety of decorative items, useful items, some might say. I like this. This is like 1270. Nice big salt glazed Bellarmine. It's going to be 17th, 18th century, and what we're looking for, you spin it round. Look at that, great face on that. 1270, nice thing, nice big example.
Is that for oil? Or
it's for whatever you want to store in a container and keep.
Okay.
Booze would be good.
Very good.
But yeah, it's and I think they use them actually to ship around sort of spirits and wines and things. Obviously a lot cheaper than glass.
Yeah.
Down here, lot 1271. Are you having trouble starting your elephant in the morning? Well, this is a Mahut's. This is, that wasn't a euphemism or otherwise. This is a Mahut's tool, an ankrat or something similar, I think is the word. And you sort of jab it in the elephant's earlobe, and funnily enough, it makes it go.
Yes.
But I guess
Christmas is coming.
Christmas is coming. Yes. Carrying on, what else can I share with you? A nice leather bucket, lot 1276. Who wouldn't like a lovely leather bucket? Makes a great waste paper bin or what have you. And it's interesting. Over here, Fornasetti. Rosenthal for Fornasetti. Julia is the pattern for that one. People buy them and then they'll put maybe half a dozen or 9 on a wall, all with different patterns. It makes for a great decorative impact. Lot 1296, perfect condition with its original box. I think we're coming to the end of giving you the idea of what's in this sale. I'm trying not to mention the same things that always get done every week. This caught my eye, 1286, this enamelled glass vase. Here, look at this lovely swooping downland. Keep going around. Oh, look, there's a mail coach on the road. Nicely done, very finely executed. Good decorative piece of glass. So, oh, and finally, let's not miss out on this one.
So sweet.
Answers on a postcard for what the title should be. Yeah. Lucy Dawson did it. It's a dry point etching. The title is called Biscuits. And I think we can all see why. So there we go, ending on a high note of biscuits and happy dogs and what have you. Have a good weekend, everyone. Come along and view the sale if you can. You can also view the Asian sale at the same time if that interests you, and it should do because there's a really good mixture there, over 400 lots from memory. And otherwise, if you can't come and see us, have a good look online, email us any queries, and we look forward to seeing you or hearing from you. Thank you.